Hello, everybody. We're going to go over the expression fuddy-duddy. So, a fuddy-duddy is a person who is very old-fashioned, very conservative, or they just may lack imagination. So, we can use fuddy-duddy. Typically, we use fuddy-duddy to describe kind of an old person who is, just sort of old-fashioned and very conservative. But it can apply to younger people as well if they seem to be a little too conservative or just kind of old fashioned. So I can start off first by, directing a statement towards you. I can say you are or you're a fuddy duddy. So if I say, you're a fuddy duddy, I'm just meaning that you're very old fashioned, you're very conservative or traditional. Now, if I could say, I can use different emphasis. I can say, you're a bit of a fuddy-duddy, which means sometimes, or you're such a fuddy-duddy, which means that it's going to be a bit more all the time, that you're very, just very old-fashioned and conservative and just lacking imagination. And, so more or less to describe an old person, you can say, you're a boring old fuddy-duddy. So that's a few different ways you can make a sentence. Now you can also start your sentence with a possessive like my. Let's talk about my dad. My dad may be an old-fashioned kind of traditional person. And you're asking me about my dad. What's your dad like? Oh, well, my dad's a bit of a fuddy-duddy. Or my dad's such a fuddy-duddy. Or my dad's a boring old fuddy-duddy. So I'm just saying that he's very traditional and very, very old-fashioned. Now you can use any other person that you're associated with. My best friend, my boss, my coworker. You can use any of those if you want to describe them as a fuddy-duddy. Now, sometimes you may be out with some people, and one person may be a little bit, they just may be acting a little conservative. They may be acting a little bit like a stuffed shirt. So you can say, stop being such a fuddy-duddy. You can give them that command. Stop being a boring old fuddy-duddy. You can also say quit being, which is going to be the same as stop being, or don't be, which is also going to be the same. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. Quit being a boring old fuddy-duddy. So you just want that person to stop that behavior and to try to have some fun. So a fuddy-duddy, it's a person who's very old-fashioned, traditional, conservative, and they usually have no imagination. So that is going to conclude this lesson, and thank you very much for following along.